back for another deep dive straight into some wild stuff you tossed our way.
All right.
We got a music vid and a gritty tale, and now we go break it down for y'all word.
Yeah, we're gonna get deep in it.
Straight out of New York. Renegade robots. We got air supply problems. We got voodoo magic. We got
Panic.
Professional anarchy nihilists in crime. They're like a mega corporation, but their business is evil. And get this, they have rotating supervillain leadership. I mean, can you imagine? One day it's Dr. Doom, the next it's, I don't know, the Hamburglar.
Evil, but efficient.
Right, and at the moment, the mastermind behind all this chaos is Cathode Ray, who, believe it or not, is a former ad executive trapped in a television set. Talk about a career change. Apparently he's got some major beef with someone named ZOYA, and his whole goal is to, well, destroy civilization, you know, typical Tuesday stuff.
So, not exactly subtle, this Cathode Ray fellow. But what about the good guys? Who's trying to stop all this?
We're introduced to deputized agents defending Democracy International Organization.
Is that like a groovy 70s detective agency?
Not quite, though I wouldn't mind seeing them rock some bell-bottoms.
It's like the ultimate girl power spy agency, right?
They're the spy agency trying to hold back the tide of panic. And their hopes are pinned on two heroes. Stevie Washington, the kung fu master of the flying skateboard, who also happens to be a professional sidekick.
And their top agent, ZOYA. She's something else. Her weapon of choice, the yo-yo. Yep. Forget high-tech gadgets. It's all about skill, precision, and probably a lot of untangling strings. Imagine trying to explain that to Q Branch. No, seriously, just give me a really good yo-yo and I'll handle this global threat. Cathode Ray's got this whole scheme going on where he's luring greedy citizens to his panic robot factory, and there he transforms them into machines. And if these robot corporate buildings reach and destroy that air factory, millions are in danger, no air, no life. We're talking a citywide suffocation situation.
There's this robot building trying to skip town.
Yeah, it's like it decided to go for a walk.
But like a very destructive walk.
Oh yeah, major property damage. Officer, there's a building doing the worm outside my window.
And in the middle of all this, the city's air factory is going offline.
Big problem.
Huge problem.
Not breathing is generally frowned upon.
Yeah, so this is like, you know, end of the world kind of stuff.
Very high stakes.
It's Mama Waldy, the Voodoo Queen.
She's back and she's got a score to settle with Stevie.
The forces of chaos.
You can't control her.
Right.
Her voodoo powers.
Yeah.
A touch of the supernatural.
Mama Waldy, the Voodoo Queen, she shows up to confront Stevie Washington.
Interesting.
Now, what's really wild is that this building wasn't just storing robots. It was like primed for a quick escape.
Really?
Yeah, it seems like Mama Waldy was planning to make off with the whole thing.
And just leave the city to deal with the air problem.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No, not at all.
So Mama Waldy, she's not exactly subtle about her whole evil plan.
Right, she's not known for her subtlety.
She straight up pops out her voodoo-powered tragic bag of tricks and unleashes some rent-a thugs on Steve.
Classic villain move. Oh boy.
It's like, bam, surprise. Here's a bunch of dudes trying to beat you up.
Sounds like a bad crew to run into.
But Stevie, he's not just going to stand there and take it.
No way he's too quick for
He
that.
dodges those guys like they're standing still.
Like they're stuck in molasses.
And then he does something really smart.
Okay.
he spots this thing called a cathode ray transmitter device.
Now that sounds important.
Oh, it's controlling this whole army of punk bots and all these other big scary machines. So Stevie disconnects it,
Right.
and bam, everything powers down.
Just like that.
Crisis averted for the moment.
Yeah, Stevie bought them sometime.
Enough time for Zoya to get that air factory back online.
Okay, good, because I was starting to get a little lightheaded.
Me too. So we're all breathing again thanks to Stevie and Zoya.
A true dynamic duo.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Oh no.
Unplugging that cathode ray device, it caused a bit of a glitch.
What kind of glitch?
Well, the entire robot factory went rogue.
You mean like it just started moving?
Yeah, it just started stomping through New York like a giant metal monster.
That can't be good for property value.
No, not at all. But luckily, Zoya shows up in her superpowered ride.
This lady is prepared for anything.
Yeah, she's got this car that's loaded with weapons.
Like a mobile armory.
Exactly, and she starts blasting away at this runaway robot building.
Talk about girl power.
You know it. And Steve, he sees what's going on, and he jumps right back into the action.
Of course he does.
Together, they manage to wrangle this crazy building and steer it towards the waterfront.
Like a giant metal parade float.
But a very dangerous parade float.
I wouldn't want to be caught in that parade.
Me neither. Zoya, she's got this one last mega attack.
With Zoya,
Ooh, she sends that robot building crashing into the river.
splash down.
Robot wreck.
But what about Mama Waldy?
Oh yeah, Mama Waldy.
Did they catch her?
Mama Waldy ghosts.
Yep. Gone.
Poof, gone without a trace.
That's voodoo for you.
So we got this giant robot building taking a bath in the river,
Hopefully it's waterproof.
and a voodoo queen on the loose.
Somewhere. And what about that robot building? Are they gonna fish it out or just leave it there?
And how did she even know to get out of there before the factory went nuts?
Good questions all around.